So the spines on the neck here kind of...
I feel like a candle.
What?
Oh, my head's the flame. Melting onto my shoes. What's the name of that candle in Beauty and the Beast?
Lumiere.
That's what I feel like.
You're like
Luminaire sat on your couch.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Unboxing Prime, and today we have Scorn from Transformers: The Last Knight. So as per usual, we're going to take a look at the box first. We're going to put Scorn aside because we will discuss them in a minute. So here we have Scorn, Transformers: The Last Knight, ages 8 and from Hasbro. Going up the side of the box, we have Transformers on the sword with Cybertronian hieroglyph going there and there. Premier Edition. Autobot logo right there. Nice little picture of Scorn on the side. Here it says Scorn Demolition Specialist. Me in the bathroom after Taco Bell. Said it once before. Over here we have some legal garb. We have a picture of Scorn in Dinobot mode, as well as a picture of Nitro Zeus, an additional figure you can purchase. 23 steps to change him, and there he is in robot mode, which is really nice. Scorn in the corner, and nothing but hieroglyph on the top, as well as on the front, the Autobot logo in the background. So, box aside, let's take a look at the character. So here we have Scorn in Dinobot mode, and I must say this is a great representation of a Dinobot from Bayformers. I don't know what's going on with the color scheme though, but if that's what they want, they can go for it, because I pretty much like the rusty look that it had, or the old decaying look that it had in Age of Extinction. And that's pretty much what I'm mostly referencing, because Scorn, I don't even think was in The Last Knight. I don't recall seeing him, but I did recall seeing plenty of him in Age of Extinction. So let's take a quick look at the figure here. Very nice Spinosaurus. I actually really like how they were able to blend the Transformer with the Dinobot, with the Spinosaurus here. You do see a lot of representation of the Transformer, especially in all the edges, like here in the arm and the legs, basically all over. But you still have that look of a dinosaur, which is really nice. But if we take a look at the head here, it'd be cool if this was a little bit more shiny. But the metallic paint job on this actually doesn't look too bad. The mouth opens and closes. Probably do some articulation as well with this. But this is really cool. The jaw hinge right here is actually nice. It doesn't just flop open. You can get it to certain points. There's a nice little gradient that actually goes on right here in the neck, where it goes from the red to the metallic paint. It's really nice. Come around to the other side here, and then we'll go back around. Take a look more in the head here. The eye is actually covered up by a piece of the Transformer right there. A piece of the Dinobot, excuse me. So that's kind of cool. It's almost like a shade in a way. So there's not very much movement in the neck here. There's limited movement, but it's still cool. We still have a little bit of the knight armor going on in the feet. You could tell this is definitely like the boot. So if we take a look at the tail here. It's got that nice angular look that most of the Transformers have, especially in the Knights. All the Knights have that nice little angular pieces to them. So that is really cool. It gives it a lot of layers going down here. And the tail also has some articulation right here, so it, you know, you can get it in a decent pose, whether you want them like roar or something like that. The spines are actually really cool. They're actually kind of sharp. They're more made out of like rubber, which, you know, it keeps it nice and flexed and it won't break on you. And they're also kind of on a little bit of a hinge joint here, but that's mainly for the transformation. Also, you can see some scales going on down here, which is really nice. And that is really pretty much it. This, I have to say, as a Dinobot, is absolutely fantastic. So overall, the Dinobot figure is actually really nice. Again, probably the best representation of a Bayformer Dinobot. So that's really nice. I like that. But as per usual, let's get on with the transformation. Go! So here we have Scorn in robot mode, and as usual, this figure is badass. So we're pretty much just gonna dive straight into it. We'll start with the legs. So we have like the boots down here. A lot of depth on all these Dinobot characters. A lot of depth. And what I mean by depth, if nobody knows, is for instance like right down in here. A lot of nice detail in the mold. So it's, you got ridges here and here. So that's really nice. We have a little kind of a feature here, which is pretty much like the top of a dinosaur head, or the top jaw or bottom jaw, whichever jaw, just to make it look as if it was part of the Dinobot in the transformation, like in the movies. We have some dingling thing here. Believe it or not, the dingling thing in the middle is actually nicely detailed. It almost kind of looks like a character from like District 9. When I say so, you got the eyes, mouth here. We have an Autobot logo in the middle on the chest. We take a look at the arms. We got claw-like arms right there. Really cool. A lot of nice sharp detail. And what I mean by sharp, obviously, is like very pointy right there. We have the Dinobot hands that are up here. Really cool. They kind of just fit in. And we got the face. Face looks like a cross between Howard the Duck and RoboCop. It's kind of weird, but it looks pretty much exactly like dead on from the movie. The other arm is almost exactly the same, except his arm is pretty much the tail. And if I may say so, this pretty much looks reminiscent of Megatron from the Beast Wars series, where the first iteration had, well, first and second iteration both had tails for arms. I really kind of like this a lot. And it gives it like a nice, neat little pose there. Take a look at the backpack. Pretty much usual. The spines here, you can pop them up like that, or you can put them to the side if you want. The middle is best to just stay just as is. And then we have the back of the dino feet at the back of the boot here. So that's kind of cool. It's almost as if if he flips over, he can hang on to something. So that's cool. Okay, so let's go over some points of articulation. We have a hinge joint in the knee here, and then right above the knee is a swivel joint. So it's almost kind of like a universal joint, but not totally connected. There's a little movement in the foot down here on a hinge joint. In the arm, there's a swivel joint at the shoulder, and there's also a hinge joint right below the shoulder as well as in the elbow. The head kind of moves a little bit. It mainly does like a left to right, very limited up and down movement, if anything. There's also articulation in the tail here for the arm, as I stated before. So you can pretty much get like a little wave thing going here. Woo! There's also a swivel. Oh, it kind of came apart there. Let me just fix that. Okay. There's a swivel right here, pretty much where the elbow would be. There's a little swivel. And as well as a hinge joint in the shoulder. That's really it. Nothing special. There are no accessories that come with this. He pretty much just comes as is. So, as I always say, that's less to lose, which is really cool. So my overall final thoughts on this figure is I'm digging it. I really love the detail on it. And this has to be actually probably the best representation of a Bayformer in an action figure, especially, like all the Dinobots, of course. This, I speechless. Always speechless. I can't believe how accurate this pretty much is in comparison to any of the previous ones, or even some of the other Dinobots. This is, other than the color scheme, pretty much exactly a replica. Obviously, it is a toy. They have to be able to make a toy transform. This isn't Industrial Light and Magic, so they have to do the usual, cut a few corners and make things a little more solid than usual. But overall, this is definitely a great representation from the Age of Extinction version of Scorn. So that's it for today. If you guys like our video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give us a thumbs down. Please comment and subscribe. And we definitely thank all of our subscribers that have been subscribing, everyone leaving comments. We really appreciate it. If you want to see something we might have in our collection, we will definitely do it. If not, we will buy it, because once again, we're broke and that's what we do. That's how we get our stuff. So as always, we will see you in the next one. So the spines on the neck here kind of prohibit it from moving upwards, but it goes down pretty good.
One had to happen.